Governor Abbott saying 15% more energy production this year compared to last year. And the difference is these storms were totally different. And energy experts say while the grid didn't have any major problems this time, there's still a lot of reforms to be made.
The grid was ready for this event. It is performing as expected.
The worst of the winter storm is over. At its peak, more than 70,000 Texans lost power. But Governor Greg Abbott says this time the electric grid is not to blame.
The reason for that loss of power is obviously not because the power grid doesn't have the power that's needed. Instead, it's an issue at the local power provider level.
Ice on power lines and tree branches caused outages in North Texas. This storm was nothing like last year's deadly storm. While we had multiple days of below freezing weather, it was not statewide. Also, it did not last as long as February 2021. This go-round, ERCOT also planned to have more energy in reserves.
It wasn't a true test, and I'm worried we're going to take a little too much confidence away from this, that we've done all we can, and therefore there's nothing more to do. Frankly, there's still a lot more investment we need to make.
Michael Weber is an energy expert and professor at the University of Texas, Austin. Weber says renewable energy like wind overperformed, but natural gas output underperformed.
The gas system still struggles with cold weather. So we had some freezing out in West Texas and production dropped something like 15 or 20% according to S&P. And so that's a challenge for us because the gas system is so important for the state's economy, but also important for the power sector. About half our power comes from gas-fired power plants.
Weatherization at power plants is now law, but the natural gas industry is not bound by the same rules. Governor Abbott says any disruption in gas flow was aided by multiple days of backup supply if things went bad. Weber says the next reform needs to come to the gas industry. But one thing is clear, while this was not the same test on the grid's reliability, it's better than last year.
We have more power available than before, more backup for generators than before, and more reliability than ever before, especially in severe winter weather events like this.
And again, right now we are in the midst of the second peak for this winter storm. Again, levels are high. Just check the ERCOT website. Levels are operating normally, and we have a lot of extra reserve left over. So hopefully everybody will get through this without any anxiety.